whose influence is impacting the relationship more? He said what he wants it to be. He says this is the direction we need to go. Your girlfriends are saying they want you to go out on a girls trip. The guy you chose is saying, I'm not with you going. I'm not cool with that.
I got a question about that.
Yeah.
Psychologically, what do you think it is about women that just don't understand that influence part, right? Because they can go to work every day for someone who really doesn't care about them, that might just view them as a number, and they can listen to every single thing that this particular person says. But if their husband says it, it doesn't hold weight sometimes. What do you think that is?
Propaganda, indoctrination, being born in Western countries where they're given the option to do it. If you're born in a country where you can't work, if you're born in a country where you're more dependent, we're not having this conversation. You have the freedom and flexibility of being able to not only make your own money, survive on your own, and also have options of dealing with men sexually and potentially relationally, regardless of how you act. Just may not be the man you want. So when you have a market like that, where they've been trained, taught, and indoctrinated to not value men's opinions, perspectives, or leadership, this is the scenario you run into. But if you had plopped them in any other environment where one or two of those things are removed, this would not be the same conversation. We have modernized civilization so far to where they can have conversations out loud about, do we need men?
Right. And that's crazy. I'm seeing that come up a lot.
I'm hoping it's not
just me.
It's not like all of infrastructure for us to have anything we see around us, drive, walk on, be flown by. Men dominate all these fields. We know it. And we know you and I wouldn't be able to do half of what we are able to do without all the men that are doing it.
Correct.
Right? Modernity, the flaw of modernity is that with ease is a lack of perspective on how hard it is to maintain it.
Right. Almost like the people who grow up with a silver spoon.
Silver spoon analogy, where it's like, if you were born in modernity by default, you don't know what it's like to potentially grow your own food.
Absolutely.
We don't know what it's like to have to hunt.
Right.
We don't know what it's like to have a rough winter. We have resources. If I ain't got no money, I can go for welfare. You know what I'm saying? So like, modernity has created an environment where a huge segment of the both sexes don't see significant, a huge portion of men and women don't see value in the other. It's just that they're responding differently. Men are just checking out. Some men are just checking out, or they're saying, oh, I love women, I just got to go find them over there in Eastern Europe, in Africa, you know, in certain parts of Asia. That's what they're doing. There's a reason, and this is why it's so important for women to understand that the product of what you're presenting, if the customer that you want isn't buying, it's a reflection of the quality of the product that you're presenting. You have to be willing, whether you realize it or not, you have to adjust to the market. The man that's getting no women, there's a problem, bro. You cannot say the problem is all just women. Right. Well, I'm getting women. My homeboy's getting women. So you gonna keep saying the problem is women? Or are you gonna adjust to the market? Now you get to decide if you want to get married because of the risk and liabilities that come with it. But the idea that you can't get women, no, you're not willing to do the work so that you have access to women. A lot of these ladies that are they're trying to dictate and demand what the market is going to give them. The market is the market. Either the customers want the product or they don't.
Right.
That's it. It takes a long time for some women to adjust to the market, and oftentimes their aha moment is after 35, after 40. You cannot be 35, 40, 50 years old talking about what you do. What?
No.
Ma'am.
They're probably not checking for you at this point.
Not the overwhelming majority of men that if he can get you, he can get a younger version of you.
Right.
If he can get you, he can get a younger, fitter, more fertile version of you.
Ooh.
And if he's a man that's smart, of course he would make that choice. Of course he would make that choice. The sole reason he wouldn't get a younger version of you, a fitter version of you, a sexier version of you, is because he no longer wants children and he's comfortable settling.
I got in trouble a little while ago. The video went viral, but I did get in trouble.
Okay.
I pretty much, and they hated it because I made, I said women are like buying cars, right? And they don't like to be hit.
No, all analogies we use about products and objects
they
is just
hate it.
Yeah.
And I said, so wait a minute, you have high mileage, your tranny is slipping. I went there with it, and then I said, so wait a minute, you're telling me that the value went lower while the price went up?
Yeah.
What? So,
yeah.
And that's the problem, right?
Uh-huh.
As women become older and wiser, they decide a whole bunch of things that they don't want, and they take a lot of information from relationships that he can't be this, he can't be that. I didn't like that guy. I remember, nope, he can't be this. He has to be this because I had one of those back in the day. I had a dude who made $250,000 a year. So now I'm only dealing with guys that have $250,000 a year, and I'm not dealing with any. So they don't want to deal with anything that they didn't want, but they have to deal with everything that they did ever have access to. Meanwhile, your value's going lower, so your price is going up, but your value's going down. That just doesn't make sense to me, and that's what I'm saying. At least if you want to think like this, you kind of have to do that in your prime, so you can kind of you can ask for a bigger price. But when you're at the twilight of life, then it's a little bit different than you being a spring chicken.
Listen, like you said, a lot of them, it takes a really long period of time for them to realize what you're saying is happening in terms of their standards going up, but how men are seeing them is starting to decrease in terms of the volume of pool of men that they want and that wants them, right? They're like, oh, I'm just going to get better with time. I'm going to get sexier with time. And I said, well, if that's true, then why aren't hundreds and thousands of men lined up outside of retirement homes trying to date your grandmama?
Ooh.
if there's no cutoff, if beauty's just gonna ever increase, then the baddest women on the planet should be in their 70s and 80s. And ain't nobody so there's something that shifts between 20 and 80. And y'all keep thinking you gotta hit 60, 70 to get to that point of realizing like, oh, I guess I can't just only sell my beauty now. Like, no, like beauty is common. Beauty is common, and femininity and softness and a nurturing spirit and a loving spirit is not. So the women who lead with those things are going to end up with the outcomes that most women that are single and don't want to be actually want.